It's Tuesday, November 15, and time for your Barbados Today morning update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. We begin with predictions that Barbados may soon be forced to turn to the International Monetary Fund for a bailout. It's coming from Jamaican Money Market Brokers Limited, which is urging investors to dispose of their investments in Barbados now rather than later. We get more in this report from Barbados Today's Marlon Madden.
In a 7-page investment and sovereign research newsletter titled Barbados, Time to Sell, dated November 11, the regional financial solution firm said the island may have a hard time keeping the current exchange rate in the face of heavy spending by government, persistently high fiscal deficit, and unbudgeted and unplanned expenditure. Senior economist and sovereign research manager at the firm, Jermaine Burrell, is also predicting a further downgrade within the next 6 months to 2 years if urgent corrective economic measures are not taken. Burrell said his company was particularly concerned that the Central Bank of Barbados had been directly financing government programs. And he warned the island could soon have a balance of payment problem because the surplus on the capital and financial account is not enough to close the current account gap. He says there is a balance of payment crisis and an IMF bailout is not far off. On the positive side, however, Burrell said Barbados had a number of important indicators in its favor, including high per capita gross domestic product, high levels of education and social indicators, low levels of corruption and crime, combined with strong political institutions that will augur well for the country. I'm Marlon Madden reporting for Barbados Today.
Thanks, Marlon. In the meantime, a respected financial expert warns Barbados is paying dearly for its failure to turn to the International Monetary Fund for help. Peter Booz, Chairman Emeritus of Ernst & Young Caribbean, contends the ailing economy is badly in need of help and the Washington-based international financial body is the best alternative. Insisting that Barbados must come to terms with the cold hard facts, Booz suggested that government's determination to keep the Washington-based financial institution at bay had resulted in harmful investments that were not in the country's best interest.
The truth of the matter is Barbados has been forced to do deals recently in the hotel sector where we gave away huge concessions for 30 years in order that we could get some investment. So on the other hand, had we gone to the IMF, we would have actually not have to give away those concessions. We would have had to agree to more discipline in how we manage our affairs, which is what we need, and we would have gotten or can still get significant foreign exchange invested in the country to repair our infrastructure and to do all the other things we need to do.
In other news, the island's ports of entry will again be impacted by industrial action today. Word of this from General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Roslyn Smith, who tells Barbados Today that the action, which began over the weekend, involving customs, immigration, and environmental health officers, has been successful. Meantime, there has been little indication on whether the go-slow by immigration and custom officers at the airport has had any major impact on the traveling or business public. Corporate Communications Officer at the Grandly International Airport, Keith Goddard, revealed that there were delays which he said were regrettable. While at the Bridgetown port, officials confirmed that it was business as usual. However, Smith said the action was a success based on a lower than usual staff turnout and the go-slow. The move is part of the NUPW's first leg of industrial action to pressure the government into reversing a decision to return its president, Akani McDowell, to an entry-level position within the Ministry of Health. The union is currently awaiting on a response from the Personal Administration Division on its demands. The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association has a new chief executive officer. He is former Senator Rudy Grant, who takes up the position on December 1, succeeding Sue Springer, who spent 15 years at the helm of the association. Grant, who also served as Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and International Transport from 2003 and 2008, has been employed as CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority since 2014. In his new role, he will report to the BHTA's board and will be responsible for directing and managing the association's affairs. In sports, Executive Air Dover won Game 2 of the best-of-3 basketball finals 84-72 over Hawks at the Barbados Community College on Sunday. After three quarters of the Barbados Amateur Basketball Association Division 1 final, the score read 14-18, 31-41, and 58-56, but a determined effort from Dover in the fourth quarter meant they leveled the series 1-all to force a third and decisive showdown. Hawks had the trophy in the palm of their hands, but allowed it to slip. Dover were down by at least 14 points in the latter stages of the third quarter when Godfrey Leacock, with a game-high 28 points, and his teammates began to show more urgency on the offensive end.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because Republic Bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie fix up the kitchen and a new TV we getting. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Belgian Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Belgian spoozer. Buy some new furniture and appliances or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Belgian style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We pick up with news from our regional neighbors. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro rules out holding elections early amid calls from opposition groups for him to step down. Speaking on his television program, the president made it clear that nobody should get obsessed with electoral processes that are not in the constitution. He made the comment a day after government and opposition groups agreed on a roadmap to resolve Venezuela's political and economic crisis. Maduro's presidential term ends in early 2019. And over in Bermuda, child advocate Sheila Cooper is concerned that sexual offenders are being released without taking part in the necessary rehabilitative programs. Her concerns follows last month's controversial release of convicted pedophile John Chalky White, who is a former police officer. We get more in this report from the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Ms. Cooper stated that a provision exists where if an inmate refuses a program designated to their rehabilitation, it's a violation against prison rules. In this case, since John Malcolm White did not attend treatment, Ms. Cooper says he could have been charged and kept in prison to serve his full term to a date 4 years from now.
It's an opportunity that could be used in this case, and there are a number of other sex offenders who are scheduled to be released within the next year to a year and a half, who fall into exactly the same category, have not taken the sex offender treatment program, will be released at 2/3 with no supervision and be a real continuing danger to this community.
According to Ms. Cooper, the prison commissioner indicated the individual could not participate in a group program as it posed a danger to himself, though she feels more could have been done.
The prison is obligated to provide him with individual treatment, and it's beyond my comprehension that they could allow someone like that to be released at 2/3 without having had any treatment whatsoever.
On the international scene, President Barack Obama is urging President-elect Donald Trump to send some signals of unity after the U.S. election campaign. He made the comments in a White House news conference yesterday.
I did say to him, as I've said publicly, that because of the nature of the campaigns, and the bitterness and ferocity of the campaigns, that it's really important to try to send some signals of unity and to reach out to minority groups or women or others that were the tenor of the campaign. And I think, that's something that he will want to do. But this is all happening real fast. He's got commitments to supporters that helped to get him here, and he's going to have to balance those. Over the coming weeks and months and years, my hope is that those impulses ultimately win out.
And on that note, we come to the end of our news and sports update. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on ISUB Media and Bus Terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM for all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good morning.